Right from its birth, the hyena cub is ready to be a big problem for all the other animals in the savannah. They get born with dark hair, perfect eye vision, full set of razor-sharp functional teeth, and drunk with malicious intent. Because the African savannah is home to a multitude of homicidal, maniacal predators happy to explore with you life-cancelling options, you literally need to be born ready. At first, acquiring food isn't much of an issue for the cubs, because they get sustained for up to 18 months by their mommy's milk, which is highly nutritional, having the highest protein and fat content among any land carnivores. In fact, that milk is so good that hyena cubs will push the weaker siblings aside, forcing them to starve to death. Just like human society, hyena society is highly nepotistic, which means that getting born from parents in power in the clan makes you inherit their clouds.
And this'll all be mine? Everything the light touches.
As a matter of fact, the mothers will give the kids a tour of the neighborhood and show them which members of the clan they can mess around with and which ones can mold their souls out of existence. If they happen to survive the merciless assaults of their milk-hoarding homicidal siblings, life is pretty good for the cubs. They get bottle-fed when mommy is home, and during hunting expeditions they stay home under the watchful supervision of a male babysitter. But just like everyone, even the highest-ranking born hyena cubs have their own problems. And the biggest one they can possibly and conceivably have is lions. Here's the thing, when a lion sees a hyena existing and enjoying its life, it takes it very personally. And lions regard the cub as rather delicious snacks, the savannah equivalent of complimentary butter and bread. Usually the cubs stay away from those steroid bottle-fed cats because they may be kids, but they do recognize murderous intent when they see it. The only time they usually get close to lions on their own volition is when they get contaminated by a parasite called the Toxoplasma gondii. It is an infection that alters their behavior and makes them bold enough to walk toward their fastest way to heaven. Lions, of course, seeing this as nature's food delivery service, will proceed by making them face the consequence of their short-sightedness. Years later, the cub becomes an adult. It is now a 200 pounds, 3 feet long killing machine gang member equipped with razor-sharp teeth and a ruthless bite force of 1100 pounds per square, nearly 2 times stronger than that of an adult lion. And they happen to be formidable predators with a hunting success rate of 74%. At this point of their lives, being a male hyena is as pleasing and gratifying as dragging your balls through 5 miles of broken glasses. Because hyena society ran through a sort of cutthroat, horrifying matriarchal society, which means that the female is treated like royalty and the male is treated like shit. The female is way bigger, way stronger, more aggressive, a toxic package of testosterone and merciless bite force. A female of the den will eventually become the ruler of the pack, while the male will be bullied on a daily basis. In fact, their main utility in the clan is to make babies and be baby daddies. And since the female hyenas don't particularly enjoy hooking up with their bros, they will often bully them till they can't take it anymore and have to leave the den. At that point, the male hyena desperately wanders in the wilderness in search of a new pack to join. That little pilgrimage of theirs put their lives at risk because they have a very small chance of killing a prey. But wait, aren't they supposed to have a hunting success rate of 74%? Well, yeah, that's when they're in group. Alone it goes down to 14%. After all, that's the African savannah we're talking about. The preys are either fast toughs, like a 68-mile-per-hour sprinting fast food that is the gazelle, or murderous brolic monstrosities with enough gumption to flip the king of the jungle up in the air like a fucking pancake. Once the homeless male finds a new hyena clan, it applies for the job of a baby maker, and gets violently harassed before being able to join. And once it is eventually part of the clan, it's placed at the very bottom of the food chain, which means getting poor access to meat from hunts, or just getting bones sometimes. On the other side, the female hyena is an integral part or the leader of a successful hunting mob. In a group, they are extremely efficient killers. They are capable of taking down the biggest badasses in the savannah. Rhinos, wildebeests, buffaloes, hell, they even have the balls to mug the lion out of its dinner. They can run up to 37 miles per hour. And what's more, the tireless bastard can run after the prey for a distance of 3 miles. And after a long and almost certainly futile attempt to get away from hyenas, preys get more and more exhausted. Their chances of getting away crumbles apart like a premature souffle. Their lives start culminating in that inevitable moment when those crackhead predators finally get them. And because hyenas have the moral compass of fast-talking car salesmen, they will start eating the animal alive, biting them on the abdomen in the rear end, causing the internal organs to blurt out while the prey is still alive. After they're done, pretty much nothing is left from the dead animal, not even the bones. Because unlike most predators, hyenas are equipped with teeth that can crush objects stronger than a concrete block. They're also equipped with a digestive system that can process almost anything. In fact, they eat so much bone that their poops come out white. Oh yeah, and some animals feed on the poops because they're rich in vitamins and calcium. Getting old. That isn't a walk in the park in human society. It sure as shit isn't in the African savanna. It means you're getting slower, weaker, and increasingly vulnerable in an environment where compulsive murder is the rule of the game. For the female hyena, life doesn't necessarily get much worse. If they happen to be the leader of the pack, their authority may remain unchallenged, even during old age. For other females, however, they will keep losing ranks to the newborn cubs, which means decreasing access to quality meat, social clout, or invitation to birthdays. As tough as it is, their life still sounds good when you compare it to the hyena males' excruciating descent to misery. They can no longer sustain the casual harassments from the clan members, and their dental health is a mess. As mentioned earlier, the males only have access to the remains from the hunts, and considering that they've been spending over a decade chewing at shit harder than a concrete block and have no dental health coverage, they become more and more harmless. Being relatively defenseless, they become more vulnerable to the top hyena killers, which are lions, other hyenas, human beings, disease, and starvation.